Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. Today you're going to watch us run the Morbark 1000 tub grinder. We loaded up, it was eating pretty good for a while, and then a few things happened. First, you'll see here that we had too much material in the tub that was not agitating properly, and we had very little production coming out. The nail catch pan was working fairly well. You can see all the nails right here. There was some bolts in there and a few other chunks of iron, just like that right there. The agitating wasn't quite working, so I had them reverse the tub, do some different speed up, slow down type maneuvers, and then all of a sudden you'll see it where right here where those pieces fall in, and then it starts eating good again. As it starts eating faster and faster, you can see the tub is starting to empty out, and that's when it starts to throw material out of the top of the tub. As long as the tub is full, we get very little overshot material coming out of the tub. This stuff is very, very dry. We're in the spring of the year. It's been dry for a handful of days now with no rain. You can see the dust just hanging in the air, and you'll notice the chunks starting to come out because the tub's starting to get empty. But I'm trying to get the material agitated enough because it's only chewing on one side of the tub at the moment. Today was a very stressful, difficult day with the tub grinder. It would eat, and then it wouldn't. It would throw chips out the top. And a lot of it had to do with the material we were running. It was a lot of vines, a lot of brush. We didn't have the right mixture of brush to chips, so that was our big problem there. I sped the video up here so you can see the material coming out, but believe me, it didn't come out that fast. We're going to slow that down and watch that happen. All right, so we're back. It's a couple days later from when you guys saw me hit that plate. Figured out it's a big chunk of plate steel that's in there, so now we got to try and get it out. We either got to torch it out, use the pry bar, pop it out, use the machine, pop it out, or I don't know what we're going to do. So first thing what I'm going to do is try and use a pry bar and see if by chance I can get it out that way. We can put the tub down, we can keep running and get rid of the pile that we got, because the material keeps coming. It's early summer, or it's not even summer yet. It's mid-May, and our tree service guys are running full throttle, full strength already. So we'll take you inside the grinder and see if we can get this thing out. Well, we sped up the video because I didn't want to bore you guys, but we tried with a couple different pry bars. We could get it to move a little bit. Tried with the hammer a few times. It would loosen up, but then it would sit right back in where it needed to be. And I just couldn't get the thing to move. But you'll see I keep prying on it, keep moving it around. Do that for a few minutes and then get fed up with it. As you can see, it's wrapped right tight around that shank. So, if you look down close, right in the middle of the screen there, the metal is actually formed right underneath the, right in between the groove here, right where my finger is. The metal is actually formed right around the shank. So I may have to go get a bigger piece of equipment. So we went and got the loader with the forks on it. We're going to try and pry it out of there with that. See how well it moves. See how much the plate bends. And see what happens. So now, we're going to try the Jason method. Pull harder. And when it doesn't come, you pull harder than that. Got a few kinks to work out on the loader yet. You need some new brakes, some new brake shoes, and I'm gonna do what somebody else did and see if I can break this chain. Yep, as you can see, just kind of exactly what I figured. I broke the chain. So now what do you think the next plan is? So now I decided that I'm going to open the tub all the way up. I was trying not to dump the material out, but that's just what I got to do. I get a bunch of residual that falls in between the screen that I got to dig out by hand later on. Give myself some more room to work and come up with a new plan of how to get this chunk of plate out of the that's stuck in there. We moved it, but not much. see if it works. So I pulled on it a few times and then decided that maybe if I took the tooth off, it would pop out. I break the socket and then only have a short socket to use. End up running to town to go get another socket. They're longer than the old ones. So now I need to go buy a 15/16 deep well socket because we broke one last week. So now I gotta go buy a 15/16 socket in order to get these off. Let me know down in the comments, how many pounds do you think that plate was? We managed to pop the piece out that time. I put the tooth back on. We start grinding again. Ended up grinding for 4 or 5 hours, running about 50-60 yards. And that was the end of the day. Glad we got it fixed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Catch you on the next one.